And I had somebody talk to me about how, you know, like the only game they'll only count towards that was Dream Drop Distance, the one on the 3DS, and then I'm like, but there's still a lot more of the games you have to play. Like, Coded may be the only one you don't have to play to understand the story. And the only reason you don't have to play Coded is because it's literally a rehash of the first game. Let me see. Let's clean up my inventory a bit. But yeah, like every single Kingdom Hearts game that has come out, with the exception of Coded, I would say you have to play in order to fully understand the story. To understand whose motivation is what and that. I mean, heading into Kingdom Hearts 3, it is going to be... I keep hearing it is going to be very unkind to people who don't at least have like a slight understanding of what's going on. I mean, they say, I know like Tetsuya Nomura keeps saying, oh, well, we're gonna have ways for all the characters, like, for people to understand, oh, well, this happened in Birth by Sleep, and this happened in, 358 Days. But I think it's gonna be extraordinarily unkind. It's sort of like I've noticed Kingdom Hearts has sort of like the same thing that goes on with like the Marvel Universe, whereas the Marvel Universe has like, they talk about all the events and other stories like every 5 minutes. Like, I didn't really notice it until like Phase 2, where they were talking about what everyone else is doing on the side. Like Phase 1, they did really good, like avoiding like constantly talking about Tony Stark being Iron Man and Thor showing up and the Hulk and all that. But then Phase 2, that's almost what everyone's talking about. Like, I mean, I know it was important in Iron Man 3 because Tony had PTSD, sorry, not PSD. PTSD from the battle in New York. But everybody else was talking about that movie like we all, like, no one saw it. Like, The Avengers was one of the most successful films of all time when it came out. Let's be frank, if you didn't, that's probably the only film I would say, you know what, you could legitimately start there. I mean, granted, you wouldn't know why Loki was aligned with the bad guys, but he's Loki. Anybody named Loki is out to do nefarious things, you know? But yeah, I've actually drawn a lot of comparisons between Kingdom Hearts and the Marvel Universe. But Kingdom Hearts doesn't exactly, like spoon-feed you information. Like, you won't hear, like, in Kingdom Hearts 2, what a character from Birth by Sleep is doing. And in Birth by Sleep, you won't see what, like... Well, you do sort of see it, what goes on the first few years. Because Birth by Sleep is I think, 6 or 7 years. Oh, jeez. 0. There you go. Birth by Sleep takes place 10 years before the original Kingdom Hearts, 11 before 2, and I think 12 or 13 years before Kingdom Hearts 3, so it all depends, you know. Thankfully, after the first part, there really isn't much for me to talk about in terms of gameplay. Well, it's sort of like a double-edged sword, because a lot of this is just going to be me grinding against the same old Heartless like it was in the first, when I first played Chain of Memories. I mean, you create your own maps, you do your own routes to get to places, but you're still going to be fighting the same Heartless. Like, you've seen the Wizards and the Wyverns and the Defenders here. And when you go to Agrabah, you're going to get the Bandits and the Fat Bandits. And when you go to Atlantica, you get all the Sea Heartless. And when you go to Halloween Town, you get all the spooky ones. And Neverland, you'll get all the pirate ones. But that's why at least I have stuff to talk about, because this previous day, this Monday, the last trailer for Kingdom Hearts 3 dropped, and it's Okay, let me set this for you guys in perspective. As I get rid of these tornado steps here. Kingdom Hearts 3 leaked about a week ago. Kingdom Hearts 3 leaked. Like someone, I think it was in FedEx or something along those lines, acquired about 30 or 40 copies of the Xbox One version of Kingdom Hearts 3, and they were selling it for exuberant prices, but they are legitimate copies. It's not bootlegs. Obviously, I don't even think you could bootleg a game like Kingdom Hearts at this point. I mean, we'd have to wait like another 30 years for that to happen. Let's see. There we go. But I did my best to avoid any spoilers, so when I saw that someone had posted a link to the what happens that they revealed happens at the end of the game, someone posted it in Reddit, and I definitely decided to avoid that until someone that I think was either a former fan or something along those lines messaged me on Facebook Messenger, or messaged my website, and sent me that link. And I was livid when I saw it. But then it occurred to me, because when I saw the trailer on Monday, sort of the majority of the things that were explained that happened to end the game, you sort of saw foreshadowing for it in the trailer, so it's sort of like a double-edged sword there. I don't know. Alright, we've been in Hollow Bastion long enough. Let's go see who the bossy bitch is here. Oh, big surprise. I knew you'd return, Riku. Maleficent? You're alive? You haven't been paying attention. I am but a figment of your memory. Of all the people I could run into, it had to be you. Who else? Your heart is steeped in darkness. You can only see people who exist in that same darkness. People like me. And all my friends. No! Be grateful you have someone to keep you company. Your heart is empty. Were it not for the darkness in your heart, you would be completely alone. That's sounding pretty good right now. Come now. You once clung to me to sate your hunger for darkness. You want me here. Who else but I can give you the darkness you long for? There was a time I did want you around. I surrendered my heart to the dark. But never again. You and your darkness have nothing to offer. All I did was lose myself. Empty myself. I'm finished with all that. If I'm stuck seeing people like you, people of the dark, I'll take you out one by one. Then don't forget to take yourself out last. Because you, like me, are one of the dark. That's fine with me. I turned to darkness because my heart was weak. I hate that weakness. It's like I'm my own enemy. And seeing people like you embrace the darkness just makes it worse. Enough talk, Maleficent! So you hate the darkness enough to fight it. Oh, the agony you must feel. Let me end your pain, Riku. End it forever with the wondrous power of darkness. All of the bosses, with a few exceptions, are the exact same as the fights with Sora. So, case in point, when you were in Hollow Bastion with Sora, you fought the dragon version of Maleficent, and you're doing the same thing here, only this time it's a lot more pitiful. I mean, she hasn't been able, she's only, like, bitten me. She hasn't been able to breathe fire. She hasn't been able to do jack shit, because I just keep friggin' owning her. Oh, come on, Maleficent, really? Really? This is the best you've... Wow. Mistress of all evil, my ass. Yes, and we now have the Dragon Maleficent card. Ooh! Speaking of which, that reminds me of something. The villain cards. They automatically get added to your decks once you beat the said Disney villains and the Heartless bosses. So, the Maleficent card, which boosts your attack power certain degrees, will be in your deck forever. So you can use that to boost your abilities. However, as you saw, I have a Defender card here in Hollow Bastion. That doesn't mean that that card will follow me to other worlds. Each world has its own specific Heartless cards to go along with the villain cards you get when you defeat said boss. So you'll gain, I think it's the Fat Bandit when you go to Agrabah, but then you'll also get Jafar's card. However, only Jafar's goes with you. You won't get to do any of those other things. Wow, we're already at level 10. This is crazy. Totally cray-cray, y'all. Alright, and you know what? Yep, I'll go for an HP boost now. I'm only going to be really boosting my HP when we take on bosses, unless I really start to overlevel, like the Dark boost or the Attack boost, because, let's be real here, HP really isn't that important in this game. That's shocking to say for like an RPG, because HP is the literal deterrent of what if you live or die in a fight. But still, like, I don't know, like if you can do shit tons of damage early, you won't have to worry about keeping all these, like keeping your HP that high. And with Riku, there's a pretty nifty way of healing yourself that comes about in a little bit. Ooh, there you go. Another Heartless. I will gladly take the experience. It's so good. It's so good to play this on a GameCube. So I'm not hovered over my computer and using that stupid controller, which only seems to be getting worse with time. Which, granted, I had to expect, because I picked up that controller in the summer of 2015. It is now winter 2018. And when this video goes up, it'll be winter of 2018/2019. So it's gonna be a friggin' crazy thing. But like, I have a new headset. I have a new. I need to get new controllers. But then again, I don't really need to, because after Heart Gold wraps up, since I haven't finished it yet, as of this point, recording this. I don't have any use for the emulators anymore, really. Only for the Sega ones. Since I have this now. Why do you shun the dark? Oh, come on. I know you heard every word I said to Maleficent. Darkness is your weapon. I need you to accept it. What do you care? Stop resisting and accept the darkness. You must. If you are to serve me again. Yup. Ansem's back. Just as I thought. You don't seem surprised. This is the last time Billy Zane voices him. Just remember that, guys. He's Richard Epcar from this point on. Even though it's all bit-crushed versions of what he said, but whatever. What he said and all his actions in the first game, but whatever. You want to pull me back into the darkness and play Puppet Master again, right? Clever boy. You'll make a fine host. Now surrender to me again and... You're insane! There won't be an again! Wow. Riku, that was an epic fail. You just took down a dragon and you can't even touch this guy. Ugh. Did you really think you could harm me? A weakling like you couldn't even defeat Sora, and you had darkness on your side. Technically, Ansem, you couldn't beat him either. Just saying. Excuse me for being weak. You need the darkness. Submit! Bow to the darkness and bow to me. Not a chance. Only darkness can help you now. You're wrong! Ha! 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 That voice! Your Majesty? Is that you? You betcha! Riku, you're not alone! Ha! 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 I just had to work on my new Star Wars deal! Ha! Listen carefully now, Riku! The light'll never give up on you! Oh my god, I can't do that. I'm not gonna be able to do that all game. You'll always find it, even in the deepest darkness, but you have to believe. I will. Hear that? I'm not losing to the darkness today, Ansem. You think some feeble light can save you from the darkness I command? Fool. Alright, boss fight with Ansem. Since it's still early game, he's not that much of a challenge. In fact, he's kind of a pushover, if we're going to be honest. But yes, as you can tell, Riku's deck has already changed. It's no longer the same Hollow Bastion deck. You can just spam a bunch of 7s, 8s, and 9s, as well as some 6s and 0s. And a high potion, which is always useful. And there you go. Ansem's done. We get a nice chunk of experience. And yay! No, he's not done. He just got up. He got up and dusted himself off. That all you got? Bitch, please. It seems you are intent on resisting the darkness. Very well. See with your own eyes. What are those? They are cards crafted from your memory. So once again, just like the original game, we've got cards. Yay! Advance through the worlds they beget, and you will come to understand. Chasing the light will not distance you from the dark. You cannot run. Who's running? Give me the cards. I'll enter those worlds, and in the end, if I haven't given up, I win. I have one more gift for you. Uh-oh. That's not good. What did you do? I tempered the darkness that remains in your heart. Interesting. What? You still think that I'd rely on darkness? Whether or not you use it is your choice. Technically that's right, technically that's also not right, but whatever, I digress. I'll be waiting, Riku, for you to come to your senses and yield to the darkness. The darkness in Riku's heart has been fortified. He can now enter dark mode in battle. Riku's dark points, or DP, will fill as he takes damage or breaks opponent's cards. When the DP displayed below Riku's HP gauge reaches a certain level, Riku will transform and enter dark mode. So yes, he will go and get that little sexy skirt that he had. in the first game. Riku can only use Slate's Ball in Dark Mode. Losing a card break or taking damage will deplete DP. Or Dark Points, obviously. And when Riku's DP reaches 0, he will return to normal. Riku can increase his maximum DP upon leveling up. So yes, there's been a reason, there's been a method to my madness. With higher DP, Riku can stay in Dark Mode for a longer period of time. And you can't really lose DP. You lose DP by 9s. Like, that's the worst you can get hit with, so... take advantage of that. We got 4 new world cards. We got Agrabah, Monstro, Neverland, and Traverse Town. Only one really shitty deck to not look forward to in that one, but I digress. I'm debating, should I show you Dark Mode, or... I'll look at the D report later. With nowhere else to go, seeing as how if we go back, we just go right back into Hollow Bastion. Actually, you know what? I have an idea. I'm going to show you guys Dark Mode, because now that we have it accessible to us... Ah, screw it, never mind. I don't need to worry about it. I'll show you guys... I don't know, should I? Ah, screw it, let's just go move on. Because yes, we have some organization peoples. People that really didn't get much of an introduction in either Days or Kingdom Hearts 2. So Zexion, the first of those absent silhouettes we fought in Kingdom Hearts 2. Vexen, the guy that just showed up. And then Lexius, that we haven't fought yet in the game, at least, well, that I haven't uploaded at least, but whatever. You guys get the drill. They're a bunch of organization people, blah, blah, blah. They're all shady and evil. And now it's full of kinks. I'm full of kinks. How dare you! Let it go, Vexen. Zexion, tell us. What did you detect? Visitors. I picked up 2 scents in the castle's lowest basement. One of the scents was Maleficent, but... Absurd! The witch is gone! Oh, is she, Vexen? Oh, is she? She cannot return from the realm of darkness of her own volition. Clearly you've never seen Kingdom Hearts 2. Then again, this takes place before Kingdom Hearts 2, and the game was released before Kingdom Hearts 2, but I digress. If you'd let me finish, the scent belonged to a very convincing double. But I can't say much beyond that, since the would-be Maleficent is no more. Our other visitor saw to that. Who is it? I don't know. But the scent was very similar to the superiors. Exactly similar, if I may say. Rubbish! Fact, Vexen. Now, what shall we do? Let's bide our time and see what develops. Something tastes kind of funny. I told you not to take them drugs, Riku. What is it? It's so familiar. Darkness. The taste of darkness. What's happened to me? The darkness even seeps into my senses. Don't you worry, Riku! Ha ha ha! Don't you worry, Riku! Ha ha! Your Majesty! What happened to you? You're all fuzzy. It's part of my contract with Lucasfilm! I'm a Jedi now! Ha ha ha! I can only send a little bit of my power here, but I have a request. A request? From your majesty? Riku, don't let go of yourself just because darkness has a hold on you. Fight the darkness inside you. It won't be easy. But don't forget, even in the darkest darkness, there's always a little light. Light within darkness. You and I have seen it. The far-off, welcoming light inside the door to darkness. The light of Kingdom Hearts, Riku. It'll show you the way. Please don't give up. Believe in the light. That's all I ask. Okay, I'll try my best. And I'll try to find a way to reach you. I'll come. I promise. I'd rather you not, Riku, but okay. Sorry, Mickey, but okay. You're an illusion. My hand passed right through you. But we shook hands in our hearts. Ew, how cheesy. Yeah, I guess so. It is very cheesy, Riku. Thank you for agreeing with me. But yes, now we have a friend card. We have the Mickey Mouse friend card. He will support us and help us and do sorts of shenanigans. We also have our slates that can only be accessed in dark mode. Dark Break, Dark Firaga, and Dark Aura. Basically, these are game-breaking slates that'll make the game so much easier moving forward. But I think that'll be enough for now. Thank you guys for joining me. I am Nintendo Man 64. Join me next time when we go through the first batch of worlds, because as I've said, it is essentially just boss mode going forward. Boss rush mode, sorry. Moving forward, so I will see you guys then. Until then, sayonara.